G'day, Andy from Single Malt. How you going? Well, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a whiskey from France. Yeah, France. Now, the Frenchies are pretty good at making booze. They do pretty good wines and they do cognacs and brandies. In fact, the reason whiskey is so popular around the world is because when phylloxera, which is a disease that attacks grapes, destroyed all of the grapevines in Europe, nobody could get a hold of brandy, which was the drink of choice around the 19th century. So the only option was this horrible stuff that the guys up in Scotland and Ireland used to make. That look, it was a bit rough around the edges, but well, if you couldn't get your brandy, beggars couldn't be choosers. So tastes changed, and they started blending whiskies to make them taste more like cognacs. And lo and behold, the rest, as they say, is history. Single malts have remained resistant to that change and still taste distinctly different from brandies and cognacs because they're not blended. So rather than blending single malts together to try and make them taste like a cognac, these are the original pillars of great flavour. So let's see what the Frenchies can do with it. So yeah, I guess in a world turned upside down, the French are now making single malt whiskies, but they're not newbies at it. This particular place has been doing it since 1986, so they've got a few runs on the board, and they make a few different spirits and a couple of different expressions. I think they make a blend as well, and they make another expression other than this one, which is aged in French oak barrels rather than this is refill bourbon. It's a small team. There's only 14 people in the distillery, so it's their boutique, and they actually made it in a boutique style. So it's bottled at 46%, which is great, and it's also not chill filtered. So yeah, all the makings are there. French barley. Let's see what it's like. I can't wait. Good to see they've used a tin foil and a cork. Yum. Well, it's an interesting colour. It's certainly got a lot of bronze. It does say on the bottle that it is aged in American oak barrels, which doesn't, actually it says bourbon casks, so it doesn't mean that they haven't put in some sherry aged whiskey barrels as well. So let's see. Probably a subdued nose. It's quite subtle, not really jumping out of the glass. Different flavours, kind of more briary and heathery. Maybe lantana, I guess, is a good thing to explain it to Australians. If you're familiar with lantana. Only light, bit of raw tobacco. And then there's the standard vanilla barley sugar kind of strong strong aroma coming through beyond that. Wow. Well, that's different. Oh, yeah. It's luscious. creamy and rich. Oh, but it's more stone fruit, like really, really intense. Dried apricots and peaches. Wow, that's great. Oh yeah, and then there's really monstrous toffee flavors and musk stick. Oh, yum. And all these intensity of flavor. It's like it's a really boiled down, intense version of single malt whiskey. This is bloody good. I think the Frenchies have got one right here. This is crackerjack. You got to give this a go. Armorik. Now, it's from Warrangham Distillers in Brittany, the very sort of western part of France, northwestern part of France, and it's released under the Breton whiskey brand, and Armorik is the brand for the single malt. So, a few different layers there, but Armorik, if you look for it and you find it, grab it, because this is really luscious. There's definitely some sherry in this. Give it a try. You'll like it. I do.